Hi, I'm Marta Leza, and I'm a therapist healer, and I want to talk about receiving. And a lot of people have receiving mixed up with listening. It is really not the same thing. How many times are you listening to somebody and you don't hear a word they're saying? Your mind is 10,000 million miles away. And that other person is really getting that they're not being heard, but they keep talking because they don't want to call you on the fact, you know what, I don't really feel like you're listening to me. So what's the difference between listening and receiving? When another person is speaking, and receiving again comes from when somebody is speaking their truth. In other words, if I am saying to you, I feel angry, most of the times what people will do is they'll react. They won't receive, they'll shut down because they don't want to hear why you're angry at them. They don't want to know because that means that they have to look at themselves. They have to maybe address and take responsibility for something that happened that made you angry, and they don't want to go there. So most of the times what happens when somebody expresses their feeling directly, we just close down and we don't receive that person, and we become defensive. So the truth is that I could say, I feel angry, and if you're allowing yourself to remain open, and receiving is a surrendering. It's a surrendering to the other person. It's allowing that person to be themselves. And if you are totally in your body, and you're totally contained within yourself, so if that person feels angry, then you can receive that anger and not react. What you simply do is you feel. So for instance, if somebody is saying to me, I feel really angry, instead of getting defensive and going, well, I didn't do it, and it's not my fault, and they made me do it, you can allow that energy of that primal expression of anger to excite you. So many times when we're receiving, somebody can be expressing this energy of anger, and you're feeling excitement. Now that's an odd thing for a lot of people, that someone would say, I feel angry, and the other person would say, I feel excited. Because when that person is saying, I'm angry, and you're receiving them, the excitement of something that you're going to learn about them, that you're not preconceiving, you're not judging, you're just remaining completely open and surrendered to this person, then you're going to learn something new about them and about yourself. So receiving is more than just the ears, it's the whole body. It's the entire body that opens up and receives. It's like what we do when we think we're meditating, we're going, Om. We're receiving the universe, and it makes our body charged up, it ignites us. So when we receive, we're ignited. So it doesn't matter if it's sadness, it doesn't matter if it's grief, it doesn't matter if it's joy, it doesn't matter if it's rage, it doesn't matter if it's hurt. When you are completely open and your body is energetically receiving the primal emotion of that person, we become fully alive. And then we drop in and say to ourselves, wow, I feel excited, or I feel sad, or I feel hurt. But you're not reacting to them. You're coming from receiving them completely and then receiving yourself. So receiving is not only a surrendering to the other, it's a surrendering to your own self. It's just opening up all the channels, all the energy points, and just allowing it to come into our bodies. So it's really a practice. This is probably one of the most spiritual practices there are, is to receive another. Not, like I said, not listening, but receiving another. Because when you do that, you come into an unconditional state of acceptance with no judgment. And very few people in life know how to do this. And the most dynamic and the most thrilling thing in learning receiving is in relationship with another.